Hey you guys, it's D Michelle here. How are you guys doing? Good, great, amazing on this good old Saturday. So this is my first video in a while, and it's gonna be a story time, of course. I have an old story time that I deleted that I think I'm gonna repost. It's just a little bit, but so what, we all go through things, all go through experiences or whatnot. However, this video is a roommate horror story. I have had several roommates throughout my life. Unfortunately, being in the military, going to college and stuff like that, you're gonna have a lot of roommates. This particular experience is college roommate. It was one of my first experiences ever sharing a room. I've always had my own room my whole life, been the only girl. So it was a hard, difference, but I'm gonna go ahead and start at the beginning of how we met, how we became roommates. Then I'm gonna get into it.
I'm gonna get into the bullshit, okay?
For starters, I'm gonna call her me and Charlie. I like that name. I don't know why I like Charlie. That's just such a cute name to me, but whatever. So me and Charlie, we went to high school together, okay? We known each other all the way since middle school, but we've never really quite been friends. I always knew that she was quiet, smart, and she was my type of person, I thought, so I was like, cool. So the college that I was going to was Berea College, and it was a great school because of the simple fact that everyone who went there got their college tuition paid for. They paid no tuition. And that is a big deal, especially if you're coming from a family that may not have had college money put up for you, or you're coming from a family who just, you just don't got it like that. Whatever the case may be, and you make good grades, and you're determined, and you a go-getter. It's a great school. It's a great school for you if you're in that position. So, of course, I told her about it. I was telling a lot of people about it because I'm the type of person, if I have something good, I'm going to share it. I'm going to spread it. I'm going to shout it from the rooftops because I want as many people to win as, you feel me? It's enough pie to go around. That's the type of person I am. So, so I told her about the school, and she was really the only person who said that they were going to apply for the school. So I said, cool. So we're going through the process, submitting the application, interviewing, etc., etc. Get to the end, I already found out I was accepted. So I was like, cool, I let her know, hey, I'm accepted. A couple weeks later, she lets me know that she gets accepted. So we're like, cool, we're going to be going to a new city, Berea, Kentucky, to be exact. It's very small. I live in Tennessee. I'm like, that's a little 4-hour drive. I don't know nobody. It would be cool if I could room with somebody that I know. I thought that would be less intimidating than rooming with someone that I didn't know. Being somewhere where I didn't know anyone, it would just be great. I thought to have her as my roommate. She seemed cool. Never had no issues with her ever. I would always talk to her in classes that we had together. So I was like, cool, what could go wrong? What could go wrong, right? So cool, we signed up to be roommates. That was spring of 2017. So during spring of 2017, I wouldn't say I was single, but I was single. But I was still messing with my ex, but I was single, okay? I had no responsibilities, no nothing. It was just a different space in my life. Boom, summer hit. I ended up getting a boyfriend, which I don't know why I did that. That was pretty dumb because I was going off to college. Why would I get a boyfriend in Tennessee? But hey, I did it. I got me a little boyfriend or whatever. It was cool. He said he would come up and see me when I was at school. All was well. I get to school. My mom is talking to her mom. We move in. We got our room set up. Everything is cool. Everything's kosher. You feel me? No issues, no problems. Everything running quite smooth. Okay. Then, I would say like 2 or 3 months into the school year, me and her were talking, and somehow we came to the conclusion that her uncle was my stepfather, father's cousin, okay? And it was like, oh, that's so cool. It's such a small world. Yeah, amazing, you know? And I was just like, oh, wow, okay. I never met her uncle before, or I think it was her uncle. I never met her uncle before, nothing like that. So, you know, I wasn't really too worried about it. Apparently, her auntie was married to my stepdad's cousin. So that's kind of how the connection was. But I never met him, so I wasn't worried about it. Cool. School year over with. So we decided, hey, we're going to room together again because this was a good year. Yeah, there was minor issues like her leaving. She used to have this big bag of trash. And instead of taking her trash out every time, because we, you know, it's a dorm room. We didn't have a kitchen. We didn't have none of that. It was a community kitchen, community bathroom. Instead of taking her trash to the trash can, she would have this big ass bag and she would just constantly put trash in it and fill that thing all the way up, and it would stink and it would just be so gross. It would get so bad I would have to take the damn trash out. I said, fuck it, I'll take the L and take it out. It was just little stuff like that. Like, she had brought her TV with her. She would have her TV on all night and didn't really watch nothing I wanted to watch. It was little minor things that I could obviously get over. Like, that's not that big of a deal. We talk about it. I actually don't even think I brought any of these things up because things don't really bother me. Like, I'll notice things and it'll irritate me, but it wouldn't, like, bother me enough to where I need to say something. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, since we made it through the year, I would rather go ahead and stay your roommate rather than try my luck with somebody else who could be like 10 times worse, okay? We all heard those roommate horror stories. We know, okay? So summer comes. Yes, summertime. I'm going back home. I'm finna be with my boo full time. He live 5 minutes down the road. You feel me? I'm excited. I'm happy. You feel me? So yeah, I get home. I'm spending a lot of time with my boyfriend at the time. He's not my boyfriend anymore, but I was spending a lot of time with him. We worked together. I didn't have a car, so he would drive me everywhere that I needed to go. And I just spent a lot of time with him. I was barely home. I was 19 years old. Name a 19-year-old who be home. I'll wait. No 19-year-old is home. And my parents would trip. Every time I would ask, can I go hang out with him? It'll be a roll eyes and all of that. But of course they had to let me go. They couldn't really tell me no because I'm grown. But they had such an attitude about it, especially my stepdad. Like, one time I came in the house. We had went to academy, and I think we went to go chill at his house or whatever. Like, we was just out doing our normal daily activities, our normal errands and shit. And I come home, and he like, where you go? I said, we went to academy. Where you go after that? And in this, in that. And I had a whole attitude. I was like, why are you interrogating me? Why? I'm 19 years old. And I kid y'all not. Not that it's the same situation in a way, but my brothers never had no issues. They could go out with their friends. They could do whatever. And they 2-3 years younger than me, okay? Still in high school at the time. They never had to ask to go anywhere. They never had any issues, never had any problems, okay? Me, whole nother story. That's a whole nother story, literally. But so yeah, so he was doing too much, okay? So one night, well, really one early morning, because I worked third shift at Nissan with my boyfriend at the time, and we got off work at around 6 a.m. So I got home at like 6:30, and my mom was in the garage smoking her cigarettes, or no, her Black and Mild, same difference. But yeah, she was down there smoking, and I went in the garage to say hey to her. And she was like, you know your roommate been talking about you. Huh? Come again? I said, huh? I said, Charlie? Charlie? No. I said, me and Charlie, we good. We cool, you feel me? We signed up to be roommates again. We had a good old funky time. I know Charlie ain't talking about me. I know Charlie ain't talking about me. And she was like, yeah. Apparently, she went to, not even her uncle went to a family dinner where my stepdad was there. And he was just spilling all the damn tea. Wait, that's not spilling tea. That's more like he was sprinkling all the little salt on the meal, okay? He was seasoning that motherfucking meat. And I'm just like, damn. My little brothers was there and I asked them to tell me like what all was said. And my mom told me too what was said. But I didn't really believe it because I said, ain't no way old Char was gonna switch up on me like that. Why would she? We good. We ain't got no problems. Why would she do that? Why would she? Okay, so I bet y'all wondering what was said. Okay, cool. I'll tell y'all what was said. She said that I used to sneak my boyfriend into the room. My boyfriend would drive up there to see me every weekend, and I would stay the night with him at hotels. All types of shit. Okay, I'll see if I still have the messages. Maybe I do. I don't know. It was like 3 years ago, so probably not, but I'll check and see. But yeah, she was saying all types of stuff. And I was like, oh. So me, I'm kind of a person like, I'm not confrontational, but if I feel like you're trying me, I'm going to confront you head on. I don't do the, no. I'm going to confront you head on, okay? Head on. And I have such a rage sometimes, like, hey, I can be cool as a fan, but if you come at me or if you cross me, you're gonna hear about it. We're gonna have a conversation, okay? So yeah, so I forgot where I was. Okay, so yeah, I was mad as heck after my conversation with my mom. So of course I get on my phone and I text her because baby, I have your phone number. I have your number. I'm gonna text you and see what's up. So I text her and she was like, I texted her, I was like, so why the heck is my mom telling me that you're telling all these people that I snuck my boyfriend into the room and about us getting hotels? First of all, it's nobody else's business. That's nobody's business but mine. Why are you telling my business to whoever will listen? Why is that any of their business? Okay. Second of all, I've never snuck my boyfriend into the room. Do you guys know? Okay. Do you guys know that there's such a thing as visitation hours? And we're allowed to have visitors in the dorm? First of all. Second of all, I had him in the room once or twice while she was there, and I definitely didn't sneak him in. It was during visitation hours, okay? Ain't no sneak. That's not sneaking nobody in. I'm gonna grab my charger. I'm back. So it was definitely during visitation hours. I was not sneaking nobody into the room, so I made sure I let that be known. And I said, hey, while you're at it, while you're worried about me and what the fuck I got going on over here, baby, you need to worry about taking out that trash that be under the bed, baby. It be under the bed for way too long and it be stinking. That's what you need to worry about. Okay, worry about that. So I had to drop the mic after that. I was mad. And she texted me back and she's talking about how, oh, I wasn't talking about you. You know how it go. After you confront somebody with the nonsense, they want to act like it never happened. Who, what, when, where, how? Baby, you was there. You was there. There's no way that they know all of this stuff. You had to go back and say something. So here I am. I already signed up for another year with this girl. And it was a huge mistake. But I ended up hashing it out with her as an adult. nipping it in the bud. I was like, look, just don't talk about me and we're good. Because it gets back to my stepfather and I don't like that. Cool. What really, really made me mad is that at the end of the summer, my stepdad makes his way to my door in my room and he said, oh yeah, I know all that time that you be saying you want to stay the night at your friend's house, that you be staying the night at your boyfriend's house. And I found out that your boyfriend was coming up to see you at college and y'all were staying in hotels. So, since you want to be fast and you want to act wild, you need to find you somewhere else to stay when you come back on breaks. You can't stay here no more. And I haven't stayed in that house since. Homegirl played a part in me getting kicked out of the house. Okay, that's how deep it really go. She played a part in me getting kicked out of the house, which was fine. I didn't really want to stay there anymore anyways because I don't like being treated like a child, which is what exactly, if you're ever staying with your parents, you're going to forever be treated like a child. If they're paying for your living, your cost of living, you're going to be treated like a child. That's why I really tried to stand on my own 10 toes since I was 19 years old, I would even say. Because I don't like no one thinking that they can run my life. I run this over here, baby. I run this over here. Okay? So, cool. I got kicked out. Whatever. So, we come back to school. My mom, of course, has, she's not in a good headspace. She feels away because she feels like I'm embarrassing her in front of everyone. I'm not living up to a good standard, all of that. So she feels some type of way about it. Okay. So it's not really a nice, fuzzy, warm situation when I'm getting dropped off at college. It's already high intensity. So we move into the dorm room and I was excited. It was a new dorm. It was bigger, had a lot more space than the last dorm, and I just was excited. I get in the room, I say hey to her parents. I'm still not going to be disrespectful. I say hey to her parents. She says hey to my mom. I move in. I get out into the car after I move in. She was like, did you see how they was looking at you? Did you see how they was looking at you? Because she brought her whole family. It was her sisters, her mom, her dad. Everybody helped her move in. I didn't notice anyone looking at me funny, but my mama apparently did. And that kind of irritated me. Cause she's like, do you know how they looking at you? They looking at you like you crazy. They looking at you up and down. You embarrassing me. And I'm just like, girl, like, I don't really want to hear that. I'm moving in for the first time. Like, I could care less. I'm the type of person, I don't care. I don't care what people think. Like, they don't pay none of my bills. They don't do nothing. Why do I care, bro? And she cares so much about what people think. So she was just like, yeah, you're embarrassing me. I'm just like, okay, mama. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. So we move in. We're making our, you know how you have your roommate contracts when you first move in? So we're making those. This was a whole nother thing. Oh my God. Curfew. Okay, not curfew. Visitation opened up at 4:00 p.m. Closed at 10 p.m. or 11, something like that. Tell me why this girl wanted visitation hours to be over at 5:00 p.m. Opens up at 4 p.m. and she wants it to be over at 5 p.m. So you telling me I can't have no visitors? Well, I can have visitors, but only for an hour? Huh? We literally went back and forth about this. And let me tell you why she really wanted visitation to be that short. It wasn't because of her. It wasn't because she didn't feel comfortable. It's because her parents didn't feel comfortable with her having visitors or with me having visitors. Y'all, this girl had no type of freedom. She was 4 hours from her parents. But literally, if we wanted to go to the Walmart, she had to call her parents and ask if she could go to the Walmart. That is how serious it was. She couldn't just up and go like I did, okay? I just did whatever. If I wanted to go to the Walmart, if I wanted to go to the store, or if I wanted to do whatever, I just did. I'm basically on my own at this point. No, she literally called her parents for every little thing. She never left the room. She was in the room 24/7. Never left the room. She didn't have no friends. She didn't do anything. She just stayed in her room the whole time. It was very unhealthy. So because her parents did not feel comfortable, they're all the way 4 hours of freaking way. They didn't feel comfortable. Therefore, you want my visitation to be 5 o'clock? Huh? Baby, no. No. So that was the first thing that we argued about. We got the RAs involved in everything. We ended up agreeing on 8 o'clock, which was still early and I wasn't happy about. But hey, whatever. Whatever. Cool. 8 o'clock, cool. First thing. Second thing. I'm on the phone with my boyfriend. It's like late. I feel like he had his wisdom teeth taken out or something, so he wasn't feeling well. And we were just on the phone talking. And he was telling me, sweet nothings, all stuff that he really didn't mean. Come on, Alec. Time will tell. He didn't really mean none of that he said on the phone. But regardless, in the time, he was on the phone telling me how much he loved me, cared about me, never wanted to lose me, just cupcaking. Okay, we were just on the phone cupcaking. I end up going to sleep. I wake up in the morning. I'm out doing my thing. I say hey to her. At this point, we're cool. Okay, we're cool. We have no issues. I go out to get some food, and on my way back to the room, my mom calls me. I answer the phone. She's literally, "You been a bully up there. You been a whole bully. I did not raise you like that. That boy's not allowed to come up and visit you anymore." I'm telling you, as soon as I answered the phone, it was nothing but nonstop screaming on her end to me. I'm like, bully? Who am I bullying? Who am I? Like, what are you talking about? What's going on? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. What are you talking about? Apparently, okay, the night before when I was on the phone cupcaking with my, at the time, boyfriend, she thought I was talking about her. She thought I was talking about her. Didn't say nothing about her. She's right there. I would never say something about someone that I didn't want them to hear or did want them to hear, whatever. I'm not that type of person that's a mean girl. I'm not going to sit here and talk about you when you're right there unless I'm directly talking to you. You're literally right there across the room and you think I was talking about you? She went and told her mother that I was talking about her. Her mother told her sister. Her sister told her husband, who then told my stepdad, who told my mother that I was a bully and that I was talking about her and that I was making her feel uncomfortable. And all of these things that are lies. They're lies. We walked to class together the day before that, baby. Now you going back telling people that I was saying all this about you when we literally was just walking to class together? What? So my mom literally I don't know why she was so mad. I honestly don't know what it really had to do with her. It had really nothing to do with her. I don't know why she was so mad, but she talked so bad to me and didn't listen to nothing I said. She didn't hear me out. She heard nothing I had to say. I literally didn't do anything wrong. I'm sitting here. She's like, oh, I'm going to come get you. I'm going to make you come home. You're not going to be able to go to that school anymore. That dude better not come up there to see you. And then one point in the conversation, she was like, you're not going to let him come up there and see you no more, are you? And I was just quiet on the other end because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you blatantly and say, oh, he won't come. No, he's going to come back up here. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. And that really made her mad that I wouldn't, I guess, do what she said. But to me, like, no, like, I'm not going to sit here and do what I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's crazy. If he wants to come see me, you're not paying for that. You're not losing no money. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't involve you. Doesn't involve anybody. You know, no, I'm not going to sit here and let you control and run my life. No. Got on the phone with my granddaddy. I was crying. My granddaddy was listening to me, supporting me through the whole thing, telling me to calm down, just being an awesome, amazing person. I love the heck out of my granddaddy. If I tell more story times, which I'm sure I will, you guys will see how much of an amazing person my grandfather is. I love him. I love him. I love him. I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, oh, he's talking me through it. He's giving me some real advice, telling me, hey, you just really need to try to get a new roommate. Like, you really need, before she messes up your opportunities at that school, before she goes talks to a dean or somebody and tries to get you kicked out, like, you need to really try to get a new roommate. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, or whatever. So I finally go up there and I talk to her after calming down. Actually, no, I talked to her before I calmed down. I had my mom on speaker. Her mom was on the phone and she was in the room. And she was like, yeah, you were talking about me. And I was like, really? Like, you're going to sit here? Really? I was like, okay. So this is a later time. I went in there and I talked to her. And I said, why in the world would you go back and tell your mother that? Because you were talking about me and I just wanted to talk to her about it. I didn't know that she would go back and say, I said, first of all, no, I was not talking about you. I did not say anything about you. If I was talking about you, I would have said it directly to you, or I would have waited until you left the room. Why would I talk about you in front of your face? Oh, it sounded like you were really talking about me. I said, even still, if I was talking about you, why didn't you come directly to me and talk to me about it before you went to go tell your mother? Why didn't you have a grown-up conversation with me? Because now you're causing all of these problems at home. I already done got kicked out because of something that you did. So why in the world wouldn't you come talk to me? Oh, I don't even know what she said. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. Why would you do that? That's so, y'all, I feel like my story time really hit on a different level because it was actually affecting my home life. It actually had, it put me in such a depressive mood. It put a bunch of strain on my relationship. Like, we literally were doomed from the start because of how much drama it was with family, with this roommate situation. It was just so much drama. We were doomed from the start, honestly. Like, it put so much strain on my relationship, on my family life. It put so much strain and stress on me. Like, it was too much. It was too much. And I feel like that's why my roommate story time hits a little different, because it was affecting every aspect of my life. It wasn't just something I had to deal with at college. I had to deal with this at home. And that's just that's the thing that I really, like, I can be cool with her. And we were cool after this happened. Like, we were cordial. I ended up staying her roommate for the rest of the time I was at the school. We both ended up not going back to that school at the end of the semester. We ended up, doing our own thing, coming back home. And we were cool all the way up until then. Like, we may have little issues, but I think after that big issue, when I had that conversation with her and she seen, like, kind of how much how much drama she started because she just didn't know how to keep her mouth closed and to come to me like an adult and have a conversation with me. I'm a whole adult. I'm a real adult. I sit here, I pay everything. At that time, I was still, staying with my family on breaks or whatever, but I had my own phone bill and I'm a whole adult, girl. I don't do this mommy, dad. I don't like my mom and dad in my business. That's a big no. If I wanted them to know that my boyfriend was coming up to see me on weekends, I would have told them. I didn't want them to know that. That was my business. They were very strict. They still were at that time. I did not want them to know that. My mom already knew he was coming to see me because she found the receipts. Or she found something on my bank statements or something, but my stepfather did not need to know that. He was already crazy as is. Like, she was just really effing up stuff for me. But, yeah, I seen her a couple weeks ago, and I seen her at Target. I said hey to her. Like, there's no hard feelings. I don't have any bad blood towards the girl. It was so long ago. I don't feel no ways. I let it go. But kind of reliving this really, like, it really put a damper on my mood. I kind of forgot about all this. But, man, y'all. It was much. But yeah, y'all, that was the story time of my college roommate horror story. I think I'm gonna tell another one right after this about my horror story at tech school. I got a few, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that in my next video. But if you guys like this, be sure to subscribe, comment. I should have 2 more videos coming down the pipeline soon. I really enjoy talking about this and laughing about it now after a couple years. At the time, it wasn't so funny, but now I can laugh about it. But, yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye.